It happened in the dead of summer, but the heat didn't come from the sun. It came from the flames of a burning train in Donetsk. Not just any train. This was a Ukrainian military supply train, derailed by a Russian FPV drone strike nearly 30 kilometers from the front. In July 2025, a Russian drone unit known as Rubicon demonstrated that the rear lines are no longer safe. With surgical precision, they took out a train loaded with fuel and equipment, causing a chain reaction of explosions and disruption. So, what exactly has Rubicon done to paralyze Ukraine's supply? The war in Ukraine is no longer about tanks clashing on open fields. It's now a war of drones, deep strikes, and fractured logistics. From July 10th to 13th, Russian media broadcast dramatic footage, FPV drones slamming into locomotives, followed by rising plumes of black smoke near Belozersko, a village in Donetsk Oblast. Just 27 kilometers from the front, this site was previously considered deep enough to be relatively safe from tactical strikes. Not anymore. Rubicon, the elite drone unit behind this strike, isn't just another military outfit. Formed in late 2024 under Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov, Rubicon was crafted for next-generation warfare. It's not a ragtag drone squad. It's a highly coordinated force with research labs, training grounds, and an elite group of hand-picked operators. Their weapon of choice, FPV drones, fast, maneuverable, and deadly. These aren't autonomous weapons. They're guided manually by operators through live video feeds, almost like remote-controlled kamikaze jets. But what makes Rubicon's drones different is their use of advanced communications technology. Some were linked via fiber optic cables, making them effectively immune to Ukraine's jamming capabilities. Others exploited rarely used control bands, operating between 2.1 and 2.7 GHz for flight, and up to 4 GHz for real-time visuals, slipping past the usual electronic warfare defenses. And when do you hit a train? Not when it's racing down the tracks at full speed. You strike when it slows, at a junction, at a stop, or when terrain forces it to crawl. That's exactly what Rubicon did. Footage released on pro-Russian channels showed an FPV drone diving toward the locomotive, followed by a violent impact. The cargo, fuel, and military equipment. The result? A fiery wreck. At least 2 Ukrainian crew members were killed, and secondary explosions lit up the sky. This wasn't just a successful strike, it was a psychological attack that echoed far beyond the battlefield. This one operation sent shockwaves across Ukraine's defense planning. Here's why. For years, rear logistics hubs, especially those 20 to 30 kilometers from the front, were considered low risk. That assumption is now dead. Russia has proved it can project force deep behind the lines using small, low-cost drones. Not aircraft, not missiles, but drone pilots flying via goggles and fiber optic feeds. This means Ukraine's rear areas are now contested terrain. Rail hubs, fuel dumps, repair stations, all are vulnerable. Suddenly, the quiet villages behind the front are war zones too. But the significance of this strike goes deeper than geography. Rubicon's operation shows Russia's evolving drone doctrine in action. Decentralized, coordinated, and surgical. Unlike traditional artillery or cruise missile barrages, these drone strikes are precise, timed, and intelligent. They involve real-time reconnaissance, GPS syncing, and battlefield-level coordination that blurs the line between reconnaissance and strike. Russia didn't just hit a train. It demonstrated that Ukrainian supply chains are wide open and that its drones can reach wherever they please. For Ukraine, this forces a painful decision: defend the front or guard the rear. Each drone strike diverts resources, EW systems, anti-drone squads, radar batteries that could have been used on the battlefield. And let's not forget the psychological toll. Once soldiers and civilians alike begin to see the rear as unsafe, morale falters. Predictability is shattered, and Russia gains yet another invisible battlefield advantage. The direct aftermath was chaos. The rail line near Belozersko was severely damaged. Emergency crews arrived under the threat of follow-up drone attacks. Wreckage had to be cleared, while the smell of burning fuel still lingered. Train schedules were thrown into disarray, not just military, but civilian too. This train wasn't running alone. Ukraine's military logistics are deeply intertwined with its civilian infrastructure, and when one gets hit, the other suffers. Aid convoys are delayed, evacuations stall. Even ordinary travel becomes dangerous. But beyond the wreckage lies the real consequence: logistics disruption. Ukraine depends heavily on rail to move heavy equipment, supplies, and fuel. Roads can't handle the volume or weight, so when a train is derailed, there's no easy backup. Deliveries to forward positions are delayed. Units run short on ammo and fuel. Repair teams are forced to work overtime, often under the threat of renewed attack. The psychological effect is even worse. Until now, it was assumed that anything beyond 25 kilometers was out of drone reach. Now, that illusion has been shattered. Ukraine has responded with countermeasures, intensified jamming, surveillance for drone teams, and the deployment of rapid response repair units. But it's a reactive game, and Russia is setting the tempo. This single strike is also part of a broader trend. Just days before the train attack, Russia launched a record-breaking 728 drones in a single night. The FPV strike was simply another demonstration of a strategy that's maturing fast, using cheap, massed, and precise drones to destabilize entire logistics systems. And this war isn't staying confined to Ukraine. The world is watching. From Taiwan to the Baltics, the message is clear. Deep strike drone warfare can now cripple supply chains even without air superiority. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.